Hello and welcome. Today we'll be playing X of Blood. As you know, it's a game that I play quite a lot, and this is a demo that's up since November 1st, 2024, or last year. So wait, let's see here. It didn't show up. Well, here, this is the game page, and the description is said X of Blood beat 'em up action third-person game with focus on fast-paced, brutal hand-to-hand combat set in dystopian city of Bandung, Indonesia. It is developed and published by Excel Team. Its tag as action, beat 'em up, 3D fighter, combat, and 3D. The release date is still to be announced, but some people say it will be released in mid-year of 2026, I believe. And yeah, so let's dive into it. Now, here's the game. Let me adjust the setting first. Let's bring it back to maximum settings, and let's start a new game. After his family was murdered, Hendra became a man on a mission. He has tracked down one of the killers and is now
The
ready
thought
to
of revenge is clear in my mind. Jackal is next, and tonight, it ends. Better put my clothes on before I head out.
Now this is Hendra, our main character. As you can see, I use the Xbox controller here, so you can move around and rotate the camera using the analog sticks. And our first mission is to change up his clothes. You can use variety of clothes here, and many are quite good, but some stuff have quite limited option, like the bag. It currently only have one kind of bag. The handwear only have 3, but the rest is quite a lot to choose from. So let me change the clothes a bit. Notice the pants, the clothes, or the HUD. There's actually an achievement you can get by inspecting all the available items in here, like this laptop.
No PSB full will match the stream.
This sandbag, which will trigger a cutscene, and at this cutscene, if you pause the game and enter the photo mode, there will be a glitch, a visual bug, which will show 2 Hendras in this cutscene. The actual cutscene only has the naked one, but if you enter photo mode, you will spawn your in-game Hendra to that cutscene. Also, there's this guitar.
Been a while since I played that.
this trash bin,
Forgot to take out the trash again.
and this Indomie box.
Out of Indo noodles. I'll get some later.
Indo noodles box. So yeah, if you inspect them all, you'll get an achievement. Let me check for the achievement name. Of achievement. Let's get back to the game. In the demo, there's one story mode stage and 3 random mode stage that you can choose from. For now, we'll go to the story mode on the warehouse area. Let's just watch this cutscene a bit. It's showing Hendra going to the factory to get to Jago. On this cutscene, the clothes that Hendra used is actually based on what you choose from the wardrobe, and even if you don't use the helmet, it will automatically be changed to the helmet. The music composer is Rocky Zero, Cliff Lynn, Oleg Netris, Kauda Fordan. Voice actor Lukman Ski for the Indonesian voice actor, and Adnan I didn't quite read the name there. It's for the English voiceover. And now the cutscene shall be end at any moment. And we'll be entering the game now.
Here we go again.
You know what reference that is? Now, you can see this is his motorcycle and the helmet that he used, but if you use the helmet as your headgear for your character, the helmet on the motorbike will be still in there. And also this gate, you can actually go through this gate, but I used the flying gun bug to get through there before, but as they changed how the gun works, I can quite get the gun bug to make Hendra fly around anymore, so I cannot show you how to get past through here. But when you mount to this bike, it almost had enough height to get there. You can actually clip to the top part of the gate, and you will need to crouch as you climb on top of it so that you can get past through there. And at the end of that road is actually just a black wall that you can punch or kick, and the rest is just hollow. So let's trigger our first.
Need to get down there. That red lit door might be the way.
At your first play, this tutorial tips will always shown, and you can just press A on the controller to close it, and if you went to the right, there will be another cutscene, and if you go to the left after you enter the door, you'll trigger the cutscene where you will fight two thugs in there. Let me just trigger the right cutscene first.
Once a lush mountain. Now it's all ruined.
You can see the layout of this stage here. You will go from, oh, I cannot throw the mouse, from there all the way down here, and went up again, go through this building, went past the bridge, go up there, went fight for gunmen there, and the jackal or the boss will be right here. This will be his cage. At earlier patch, you can actually climb onto these bars and skip all this level and fight the jackal directly. And if you do that at that patch, you still cannot get the guns from those thugs, so you just need to beat jackal on hand on hand or melee combat, and someone actually did that, and it took them, let me check, I think it took them 1 or 2 minutes or so. Let me just check it real quick to make sure that I get it right or not. So let me check it a bit. Well, once the page loads up, I'll tell you more about it. So that one there, and even though the mounting is introduced later on at the, I say, parkour area, but you can still use mounting or vaulting to climb through any mountable object. But beware of this wood, because if you mount to here at this specific angle, you will get stuck through that rock or land mass thing. Like, let me show you, like this, and you actually cannot get out from here unless you restart the game. Not restart the game, restart the stage, restart the level. So yeah, they haven't fixed that, I guess. Put this
Need to
cutscene
get down
again,
there.
and
That red lit door might be the
you
way.
can press B to skip all cutscenes, and actually if you press B right before you trigger it, you can skip it instantly, like so. The cutscene on this area is already skipped because I pressed B right before I trigger the cutscene. You can use that if you want to speedrun this stage, and it's quite useful to learn how to do so. Demo DOO. Let me show you this window. So here, she's 0. He finished the game in 1 minute and 22 seconds, and it is posted 4 months ago, just 8 days after the game is released. So in his run here, you can see let's skip that part, let's skip this part. he just went right, skipped the cutscene, and climbed that boss, and yeah, you can just go to Jaggle and fight him there. At the patch that he is currently playing, you cannot get the gun from the thug. I will show you the thugs that I mentioned later. So let's get back to the game. Now, there's one path to Jago, and actually before they patch it, you can actually climb to these barrels and went up to that roof, or you can climb to this metal barrel and climb up to that roof along this path, or just went down to the wait, let me just show you from this side. Walk them to here, to that roof, and walk along that road and go to Jago, but they already patched it and they put invisible wall on this metal barrel, and they actually just move this rock a bit more forward to cover this area, so you cannot go up there anymore. But there's actually still some ways to skip it, but you need to get past to this first room, and as you enter, you'll trigger this cutscene which makes you fight these two thugs. And these two thugs on earlier patch actually have chance to spawn holding a weapons, a melee weapons, like a crowbar, baseball bat, or an axe, a knife, or things like that. But as I confirmed to Fajrul, or the developer of this game, he actually tweaked a bit on this game, so some thugs will now spawn without holding any weapons for area progression purpose. Here I find the post that I mentioned, so here is the post. I asked him at warehouse area, those token first and second room will now never spawn with any weapons, and he confirmed it. Yes, I just set some of the enemy to not spawning any weapon for area progression purpose. Actually, if you want to speedrun this game earlier, you actually want them both to hold a weapon, since a weapon throw will be an instant kill for them, since they only have 60 HP, and the weapon throw will actually deal 100 damage to them. So yeah, but at this patch, the fastest way to get past through this room is actually to just went directly down here, since there's a baseball bat standby, and you can grab it and use it to beat them up here. As you can see here, if you kick this thug, wait, yeah, they have shield on them, so they can sometimes just block your attack or even parry your attack if they have shields. But if you use weapon to attack them, you can actually bypass those. As you can see there, he parried my attack. If you use weapon to attack them, they cannot block or parry your attack anymore, even though they still have some shield left. Let me just revive and beat them up. And this is another bug actually. If you get them, if you already beat them enough to able to use finisher on them, when you respawn they will be at full HP, but you still can use finisher on them like this. So that is a bug that has been around for quite some times now, and there's a skill tree menu also on this game. I will show you later. I will just beat this bug first and I'll show you. Oh yeah, at this patch you need to manually aim your attacks or you'll miss your attacks like I did earlier. And when you're holding a weapon, beware if you hit any wall or object, even though it will not destroy them, but it will reduce your weapon durability, that yellow bar right there. And if those bars is depleted, your weapon will be destroyed. Now I'll show you the skill tree first. Here they have skill trees and you'll get 2 skill points for every level you gain, and at this demo it is maxed out at level 27, and you can just pick and allocate your skill points and just went back. And if you didn't quite like where you allocate, you can actually just remove it and allocate the points somewhere else at any time you want. So after you finish this room, there will be a pathway with one thug in it, and this thug can spawn with holding a weapon, but currently he is not holding any weapons. Perhaps I will restock the level later and show you when he spawn with. Will need to be a bit back, but if you get it correctly, you will climb like so, and then you will climb to that bar there and climb to this fence, but be careful not to drop, because if you drop there you cannot get back up here. Even so, if you get dropped back there, you can still skip juggle at using that white box right there and mount to those containers to went to the 4 gunsmen right there and walk along to juggle. But I'll show you this part. This is the fastest one I know currently. And oh yeah, once you've entered this stage, there will be an invisible wall put it on here, and you cannot yet pass through this invisible wall unless you kill juggle and trigger the end cutscene bug, which will allow you to continue playing while the cutscene is already finished. And perhaps I'll show that again to you later, but let me get back to this road first. Here, as you can see, at this road you can actually get through here by using those cones here, I believe. But and I'll perhaps show it later when I get to this side. But if you use this road, you can actually get to Jagal by walking around this, like you see before at the speedrun video. You can use this path, you can climb here, and if you're accurate enough, you can actually climb. You can actually climb here and climb directly here without dropping down there. And as you see, you can climb here like on that video, and climb here to get to the Jagal stage, to the Jagal cage, or you can went here and get out of bounds from here. So at here is actually an invisible wall which you can climb. At this part is actually surrounded by walls which you can travel through. And if you went to this side, there is an invisible wall here which will not allow you to climb through that sign and to get out, and the only way to get out is either climb here and climb the invisible wall here, or you can use these concrete slabs and climb here to get out instead. Oh yeah, this is the 4 gunsmen I mentioned before. They used to be 2 gunmen holding a handgun, 1 gunman holding a shotgun, and 1 holding an AK. But at this current patch, there is 3 gunmen holding handgun and only 1 holding an AK. So let me get the handgun real quick. And they adjust the gun mechanic also. Previously you used to hold the left trigger button to aim and right trigger to shoot, but at current patch you actually press your right thumbstick and use the right button to shoot. And at this patch the weapon damage is somewhat nerfed. Wait, let me no. Let me just get it from here. If you shoot on the body, it will only deal somewhat. How can you shoot me from there? It will only deals like 30 damage or 20, I believe. But if you shoot them on the head, it won't kill them. It will one shot them. Like, let me get it properly. Nope, I missed that. I missed that also. Nope, not the head. There, you can one shot them if you shoot them on the head. And it works on the thugs also, so not just on the brutes also, or the big enemies, not just these mini thugs enemies, like so. Let me get this AK first, since it has 30 bullets, and let me show you when I shoot these thugs. Oh yeah, the thugs is actually have twice amount the HP and twice amount of the shield the brute. I mean, the brute has twice amount the HP and twice amount the shield that the thugs has. But if you get a headshot on them, it will instantly kill them also like that. But if you shoot Jaggle on the head, it will not one-shot him. Perhaps because he used that full face mask on him. And wait, let me get it correct. I know I mixed that. Let me just wait. How can I get past there? Let me pass through this. Let me get here and let me shoot him from here, perhaps. There. It will deal more damage, but it won't shoot him. Let me check it again. Since Jaggle has 100 HP, so that's approximately deals 150 or almost, or 125. And if you shoot him at his lower body part, let me just unaggro him first. If you shoot on lower body part, it will deal less damage, and if you shoot on the upper body part, it will deal more damage. It will not hit, so let me get through this top of invisible wall. I shoot his leg from him. Nope, it went through the wall. It went through the upper body. If you want to speed him, you can actually just shoot him from this side, and whoa, that drains a lot of HP. And you can actually kill him. If you get his HP to 0, you can actually kill him. But to beat Jaggle, you actually just need to bring his HP bar down to 50, and the cutscene will trigger if you do that. So back to this stage, let me clear this first.
What the hell are you doing here?
And you can swing here, swing here, swing 3 times for heavy swing weapon to kill the tanks. And you can get past here. Wait, let me check on this stuff. Does he have any weapons? Nope, he don't have any weapons. There's also an alternate path or an easier path to get to Jaggle, which you climb this side here, climb on the top here, and climb this forklift here, which you can run along this forklift to that toilet and get to that roof. Make sure you run or just spam the vault button, because sometimes you just fell down there, but you can actually climb back up if you want to, but it's kinda hard to do so. So let me just finish this one first. You need to climb here and went through here, and there's an invisible wall there which you can walk on, and then you climb on this container and use those white blocks to get to the area before. And let me show you here. Oh, I just fell down. As you can see here, there's an invisible wall. Enemies will able to hit you through the invisible walls, but you cannot hit them, but you can still counter them. If you fall here, you can actually get through this
Locked. Gotta find another way.
And trigger that cutscene and just climb here, but it will cost quite some time if you do that. But if you get the correct pathing, it actually just nope. Just went here. Let me no. If you fall through here, you can just climb these cones and climb on top of this truck and walk along this invisible wall here. And you actually want to climb up at that box since you only need to climb once, and it is quite faster to get to the white box there. But if you don't want to, you can also just run here and I missed the climb point. This is the danger area. It actually went behind the invisible wall here, and there's no way to escape from here besides restarting the level. So if you fall through here, you actually cannot go anywhere else. Let me just restart the level again. So let me clear this room again.
What the hell are you doing here?
Times already I cleared this room. So once you do an attack, you actually barely able to move your character. So even though I did it 1,000 times, but they still managed to kill me. Oh yeah, there's money here also that you can grab. I almost forgot to mention it.
Could use this later.
This money... Where's the money indicator? Should be on the top right there, the money indicator. Oh, that's the indicator below the level. It says 101.84 Indonesian rupiah. So this one doesn't help any weapons again. Oh yeah, the dodge mechanic is also being reworked yet again. Before this patch is actually you roll forward or at the direction you are pointing, and while rolling you will just auto grab any weapon around you, which is actually quite useful. Let me show you. Where's my video? I believe it was in here. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you the video. Which one is the video? Okay. Working on it. Which then is this it?
What the hell are you doing here?
Yes, this is your video. Just let me show it on the screen here. window capture, add source, new source instead, CLC, window, add source, and repeat, where's the CLC? Speedrun arena demo CLC executables. Executable otherwise than executable. So wait, it does not show that here. So as you see, as you roll, it auto grab the weapon here, which is quite useful to do if you want to speedrun the game. Let me just get back to the game real quick. And yeah, that's pretty much